So, Bad Bunch. So, I like the setting of the show where it takes place, which is right at the peak start of the Empire. So that's cool, that's exciting. What I need more light. What I think the show is good at is the story. Like, I really like the story about basically just clones living their best life, and then Empire's like, sorry guys, you gotta do it our way now. Because, you know, it's Empire, and they have their own way of doing things. Look like I could be some distant cousin of a clown. You know, the start, it was really strong. I was invested, and I came back to keep watching the show, and then eventually it came to the point where it's like, I don't care. I used to hate watch the show. I did reviews every single week, and then I stopped. Namely because I didn't enjoy the show. That's namely for so I think these are my own personal things. Don't get mad at me. Please, this is how I feel. You have your own feelings, and that's totally fine. This is how I feel, and how what the show kind of did. It kind of went into a A-team in space. So basically, this person said, which they just found her, I guess, or them, I don't know. Made them do trips, like just paid them to do things, and it went to kind of like an A-team kind of territory. And eventually, there's like an episode they get a Raptor to Jabba the Hutt, and it's like, okay, do we need a whole episode about that? There's a lot of filler in the middle. Like, I would say there's 2 to 3 episodes at the start that are worth watching, and then the rest kind of goes into filler territory. Once you meet Sid, they just have to deal with that. But the start, and there's elements of it that I like, how they notice things are slowly starting to change. Very slowly, things are becoming different. An example of this is when they're on a planet, the Empire is asking people to get their numbers. So their numbers they have to get, so you can either board or they can scan them and see if there's anything like they might support the Old Republic or the Republic, because that would be good. So you just see like small things sprinkled throughout the show, and that's interesting to see how through I was thinking about this today. There's a whole 22-ish years between episode 3 and episode 4. A lot can happen in that time period. An empire grew in that time period. It's starting out very slowly right now. I mean, at the start, they have an army of clones at their disposal that they're using. I'm also spoiling this. I don't know, I should probably say this. But an army of clones that they can already use to move people around. You know, they have that, and they're slowly getting rid of the clones, and they're gonna get something else, something better, people. But guys, people aren't good they don't have good shots like the clones, so they answer the question, why do the stormtroopers have such bad shots? I can't find out. It's because they're not genetically modified to be good shooters. And that's cool. But yeah, no, there is something that the show didn't do amazing on, and that's the characters. Let's talk about the characters. Starting off with Hunter. Hunter, the leader of the Bad Bunch, the Bad Boys, Backstreet Boys. Like, so, I believe his, like, main skills, because the reason they're called the Bad Bunch is because they're all genetically altered clones that are, like, they're good at one specific thing, and Hunter's thing that he's specifically good at is, if it's kind of obvious from the name, tracking. And I just didn't really see that. So I guess he's a leader. He's the leader too. So just how it looks. But yeah. I look like Kevin Malone before he lost his hair. Okay. So, reviewing the show, I've only seen it a few times where he uses his ability to help his bad group. I can't name them top of my head, but he does use the skill. You just don't see it. Like, you just don't see him use it. They talk about how good he is at it. I want to see that. Character-wise, he was okay. I know a lot of people like Hunter as a character, and I liked him too. I'm gonna get to this later on. I want to get to this point later. It's just some things that could kind of change him to make me like the show. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of fans of this show. I like the show. The story's great. Characters need work. Speaking of characters that need work, we have so I feel like Technology Dude, he was a fucking plot machine. Just splurge the plots. Just him talking, just that's the plot coming out of his mouth, and that was it. Like near the end, because I rewatched the show, he was doing the machine, like it was just him and Omega together, and there's no like character dynamic for the both of them. Like you could just kind of sense it. Like this is her first time talking to Tech. I want him to be a better character. Like season 2, improve on him, please. He is just there to give us the plot. And he's better than that. He's better than that. Let's talk about a character I hated. So, I feel like Wrecker is mostly there as a comical relief because it is a kid's show. I am not a child. I should not find Wrecker funny. And he didn't make me laugh. So, I mean, I have younger siblings. Did I observe them? Did I watch over them? That sounds worse. Did I take notes when they were watching the show? No, because that's weird. But I'm sure they would find Wrecker to be a funny character. I need a haircut. The character definitely improved with time. I found myself liking him more and more as the show went on. You know, he was kind of like the big, like, I don't know where he kind of found himself in the group, but he was there, just there having a good time. He was very childish too, but it grew on me. And there's an episode where it's kind of focusing on him, and you realize how terrifying his kind of special skill is, which is he's just buff. And I'm jealous. Look at these little arms. I can't compete with him. If he were to come up to me, he could easily pick me up and just throw me on the ground. And that's terrifying to think about. And they did a good job with that. That's all I can really say. He just got better over time. Okay, so in order to rank the characters so far, I'm gonna give Hunter, I'm gonna give him a B. That's better than I've ever gotten in class. I'm just not even joking. And then Wrecker, F to start, and then he slowly moved up to an E. And then Tech, it's an F because I'm giving him a P because he just gave the plot to us. I was going to say something smart that begins with P and plot, but I couldn't do that. But yeah, the characters, those characters I feel like just need work. The next characters I'm talking about, I want to see more from them, like more I won't say improvement because I already used that word. I just want to see them more. Or I want to see the same thing, the same character just slightly altered, or an action happens to them, so they stop acting that way. Okay, we're gonna start.
You so fucking precious when you smile.
Echo is someone I very quickly started to like because he's thinking the same things that I thought when I was watching the show, and I said, oh, he's me. I also just feel bad for him. Like, he's the first episode's like, why don't I feel, you know, called to just kill Jedi? And Mr. Plot Giver said, oh, probably because you lost that part when you almost died. And I'm like, ooh, you know, I felt like Zuko saying, that's rough, buddy. It's an Avatar reference. I'm pretty cool, guys. I promise. No wonder I don't have like 1,000 subs yet. I'm pretty... If you're watching this still, I applaud you. But like, you gotta keep watching because I have a knife and I'll find you, I guess, or something. I don't know. The knife is just... But keeping in mind, this didn't use him. They didn't use the character at all. Like, there's one episode where he was kind of highlighted, and then they put him back in his box. There's like, no. Yeah, and he's gone, and you don't look like, that's it. He's kind of just like, I said it before, and I feel bad for saying this still, he's kind of the R2-D2 of the group, you know? There's even an episode where he dresses up as a droid. I'm like, oh, buddy. And they sell him. Like, bruh. They really care, obviously, about all their members. But no, I want next season, I want an episode where it's him and Omega, you know? Because they bonded pretty well. Like, the few scenes that they're in together, I could see chemistry. And stop. There are people who are shipping characters with Omega, and that's a no. No, stop that. Disgusting. Vomit. I'm saying their dynamic is good. Chemistry was not a good word to use. Seeing they're speaking about her, we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna talk about the bad bunch guy, Mr. Shooty, aka Crosshair. So, I kind of like how it's just awful. You know, they didn't really, like, his main kind of goal was that he just hated everything. And he did have the chip in his head, and they're like, oh, it's a chip. But, like, they find him, and they're like, we're gonna get a chip. He's like, he's kind of just like this. But then again, you don't know, because the chip is still in his head, so he could just be awful because of the chip. But I feel like that's not the case. Champ. But yeah. I did, like, 1 minute. But yeah, that's kind of my viewpoint on that. And now I'm going to get to the main star of the show, which is Omega. So, I said this in one of my first reviews of the show. I think it was after the big episode. The main episode, which had Omega in it. She finds herself on another planet. She finds herself on another planet and she just walks out, and music is playing. It's beautiful. I like the idea that even though she thinks she knows what she's doing, like she can just do anything, the galaxy is huge. Like, it is so big that she just can't even think about that. Like, she can't fathom, like, she knows it's big, but she's taken away by the beauty of traveling with a bunch of people. I like that aspect. Like, I like that. Now, what I hated was the fact that whenever they told her, don't do this, she said, I won't, and then she does the thing. It happened in almost every episode, either that or she got herself in trouble. And that was just, this kind of pissed me off. Like, the only one who really kind of scolded her was Echo, which is why I want to episode the two of them trapped together, so Echo can just go off on her. Hunter is like the dad who's like, you gotta listen more, but he doesn't do anything about it. That's how I describe Hunter in this show. You guys can get mad at me, but just remember, this is my opinion. It's my opinion. Don't get mad. You can get mad at me, but I have a knife and I can defend myself. Watch out. You just have to just, she just didn't get in trouble. Like, there's no consequences to basically any of her actions. And I just got more annoyed the more it happened. Like, I didn't understand why nothing happened to her. And also, for someone who says they're my brothers, she really can't say their names right. Which is why I'm introducing accent or actor. Accent or actor. We're gonna cut away to me talking, and maybe there'll be cool visuals. We'll find out. Welcome to hopefully the last of Is It the Accent or the Actor? Today we have three people performing in this activity to see if the actress, today we have three people who are all men to see if the actress was given lines that affect her accent or if it's her. No offense to the actress, you did much better than I ever could. It took me almost 3 times to get through saying this. Number 1, he's possibly my dad.
Noisy_snacks.
Let's hear it.
Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Crosshairs, Echo, Omega.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. Good job. Next contestant sees a YouTuber who has about the same amount of subs as me, but I think his content is better than mine, and he has a nice, juicy UK accent. By the way, the other guy had a UK accent too, I should have mentioned that. And by other guy, I mean my dad. Bring it up for...
No one knows.
Tech, Crosshair, Echo, Hunter, Wrecker.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Okay, our last contestant is someone very close to me. I haven't seen him in a while. My old roommate. Name not given because he's not a public
Hunter,
figure and he doesn't choose to
Wrecker,
give out his name.
Tech, Crosshair, and Echo.
Anyways, thank you so much to everyone who performed an accent or person. Anyways, that's it. Bye. Oh, we're back then. I hope those effects were cool. Don't know how I'm gonna do it, but we'll find out. Anyways, final thoughts on the show. So, I know they kind of did this, and I only just watched Rebels a little bit. That is very much a kid's show, but I feel like they should lean more into like a family. Like, they're a team, but they also really care for each other. Like, I feel like Tech especially is kind of just closed off from the group. Tech and Echo are just kind of like there, and then you're just kind of like, do you guys really, they don't need to be there, they just are because they kind of have to be, but they really could leave if they wanted to. So, I just want to see more bonding for the group for season 2. If they do that and they yell to make them more, I am and she learned from her action, like she learned from her mistakes, I am 100% on board. I just want to quickly thank everyone who lended their voice for that little statement that I made. Go subscribe to them. Their channels are down below. They're great. I'm gonna go edit this and finish my coffee. And then the outro is gonna play, I guess, or something.